Stop. Okay. Keep it down. Mr. Archer, I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. Your landlord.
The door won't budge.
Okay. No budgy budgy door. I'm assuming I gotta go down and out, so let's go up. Okay, top floor. Alright. Loot. More loot. Too many coincidences. So the lighthouse is out, several ships have gotten lost at sea, and some are now decorating the city's beaches. That's one thing. But now there's an enterprising fellow at the city port hiring salvagers to recover ships. He's turning a tiny profit from selling them. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look into it. Now, if only the city wasn't so impossible to navigate. All you need is a map. It'll be fine. Hmm. Um. Uh. Um. Why was it doing that? That was weird. Do it again. That's... Why is it doing that? That's fucking weird. Okay. Is there anything in here? Nothing in here. Except for a poster of a man. Okay. So, nothing yet. Maybe there will be other things there later on.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister, you want to stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
What noise?
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
He kind of looks like the guy from Men in Black with all the bugs. I didn't do anything.
Got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
That's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't think your yellow-clad patron means you get away with everything.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests.
You're just
Are they
angry.
the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine, fine. Take what you wish.
What the hell? That's 1,000,001 letters. To Walter. Walter, Kay help you if I hear you're peddling cheap, affordable living again. I could live with you renting out beast-ridden flop houses, but you're cutting into my profit. Don't make that mistake. I know you're on the fish market, and I have dangerous people living here that I can send after you. You've been warned. Vic. You know what? I also wanted to check to make sure... Yeah, this could probably go higher. Okay. Is there anything else on this floor that I can immediately look at? To my dear nephew, my dear Victor, how is Oakmont... Oh, is this Vic? Is that Vic that I was just talking to? My dear Victor, how is Oakmont treating you? Should you require any support, the Blackwoods will be happy to help you. I have arranged for that. Regarding your question, I don't know where Robert went, sadly, only that he did not stay in Innsmouth. Perhaps there is hope he didn't perish in that cursed raid. Take good care of this hotel, please. Plenty of our relatives were interested in the property, but you're still my favorite nephew. I know the Devil's Reef is in good hands. Kind regards, Aunt Portia. Well, at least she sounds like a stand-up lad. Lad? Lass? Could be a lad. Guess we'll have to meet person. Hello? No? Loot. Okay, what was this? Forlorn woman. The city, no matter how badly the flood damaged it, has an unnatural appeal. I can't stop myself from walking, even if it means being struck by further visions. I went to the eastern part of the Salvation Harbor, near the crossing of Fitz O'Callahan Street and Old Church Road. It came. The feeling of loneliness and fear was immense. I was a woman, locked in a room, infected and slowly rotting. My body turned into something. It itched badly in my face. I had to hold the skin with both hands to prevent it from growing until I suffocated. I ended up sitting on the road crying until some Innsmouther kicked me and ordered me away. That's fucked up. Lone child. The visions are testing me, playing with my mind. My old forgotten fears come to life. When I was small, I was afraid to stay alone. I thought my parents would leave and never come back. Today, I went to the eastern streets of Coverside, and the visions came on the corner of St. Elmo Lane and Kingsport Street. I felt I was alone, forgotten in a locked room, hungry and frightened. It was so scary to stay inside, but everything was much worse behind the door. Something scratched in the corridor, and there were terrifying screams from outside. I could not run, could not hide. I just waited for Mom to return. Want me to fucking stretch? Why do you care about my stretching? Tell me. Okay. Mirrors, mirrors. I'm afraid someone stalks me. It started when I visited Western Advent and had a vision at the intersection of Purity Road and Oak Street. I saw mirrors full of reflections and someone trapped, trying in vain to escape. Oh. In that case, keep going. I saw mirrors full of reflections and someone trapped, trying in vain to escape. His expression of fear and panic shook me deeply. After that, a very tall and skinny man started following me in the distance. What troubles me is that I see him in the reflections, but I've never caught a straight view of this stalker. I'm sure the police will mock me if I come asking for protection. Seems it is time to buy a good, trustworthy gun and start to practice. Disgusting exaltation. No matter how different my visions may be, they are always so frightening. Today it was man. He left a house in southern Old Grove on Warwick Street, somewhere between Seaside and Hillside Streets. Our eyes met, and I immediately felt a burning exultation, a wild torrent of emotions. I saw him among the monstrosities, touching them, embracing, kissing. The vision was so intense, I bent in two and threw up all my breakfast. He walked past, saying something like, "Cursed newcomers," and I prayed he wouldn't stop to help. Even now, when I close my eyes, I see the creatures around this man. Call of the ocean. Tonight, the air forced me to leave the hotel. The putrid smell of rotting seaweed and fish made it hard to breathe. I remembered a huge apple tree and thought it may be nicer there. Moreover, I was afraid that the hotel owner would see my seizures. The visions occurred when I was a few blocks from the apple tree, walking East Brown Street in Central Shells. I felt like I was drowning. I ran forward, and when I passed the street of St. Michael's Church, I felt the water surrounding me, pressing, calling. I needed all my will to fight the desire to go to the mare and sink into its depths. Static in ears. I was walking the Lombard Street in Eastern Reed Heights when it happened again. It's not just a vision, but a noise. Hissing radio static growing louder and louder. Voices from afar were lost in it, crying desperately. I tried not to show how bad it was. I was afraid to reveal it to the locals. The images came after I passed Bullock Street towards Helog Street. The hissing flooded my mind, and I saw a man surrounded by radios talking to them. He was dying. I felt it. And when it happened, the vision was gone. Voices from the pipes. I'm afraid of the bathroom and kitchen sink. Each time I want to wash my hands, I tremble in fear. What if they'll talk to me? This began after a vision in Western Reed Heights, near the crossing of Ibon, Ward, and Baker Streets. I saw a man, naked and covered in blood, in a room without doors or windows, surrounded by the dark holes of the pipes. He was cutting himself, piece by piece, feeding those copper mouths. They were whispering with voices so sweet and promising, but full of hunger and hatred. How could he believe them? Could he even escape? And had they noticed me? From behind. I can't help but turn around at any noise after what I saw yesterday. I walked down the Murdoch Avenue in Western Advent and near Oak Street. I was hit with an excruciating migraine. My nose started to bleed and the visions came. I saw one man writing a letter and another about to strike him from behind. Somehow, I was both the spectator and the sitting man, but no matter how I cried out warnings or tried to move, it didn't work. It seems I lost consciousness when the killer hit the man's head, and it took me several hours to get back to the hotel after. Terrible fetus. After this vision, I shake in fear at the sound of a child's cry. It happened in Western Reed Heights on Washington Street. I passed Ibon Street and was heading toward Oak Street, but saw it. The thing was running so fast I didn't even understand what it was. It jumped from the window, and the vision struck me immediately. I saw a man, a doctor, hiding in the room. He was writing something with a shaking hand, something like a last will. And then I saw the thing stalking him, a fetus on thin, pointy legs with a little face full of evil hatred. It's shrieking, I can't forget. Fuck that. Innsmouthers notes. The local Innsmouthers scare me a lot. I've never seen a place with so many ill people. Their faces pursue me even in visions. Recently, I was in the northern part of Grimhaven Bay, walking down Whisper Street. I barely made it to Hubert Avenue when the visions came. I stood among many Innsmouthers disguised as one of them and listened. Their leader read the story of a captain participating in pagan rites, copulating with savage witches and beasts, bringing sacrifices. I still remember his name, Obed. Lullaby Crossroad. Today I fell asleep on the street. I'm sure it's connected to my vision somehow because I felt the same nausea and headache as before they strike. It happened in Coverside, near the corner of Tanner Street and Old Church Road. I felt dizzy and my mouth was full of a bittersweet taste. I saw a woman with kind eyes giving me a drink and whispering something. Immediately after that I fell asleep and spent nearly half the day lying in the dirt like a hobo. It's a miracle no one stole anything from me. Pack of notes. A hotel owner allowed me to look through the weird notes he found in the rooms of disappearing newcomers. Among them, I found several pages from the diary of the man describing his life in Oakmont. He suffered from visions and marked the place where they happened. Was he trying to avoid them? Or he's trying to figure them out. Okay, after all that fucking reading. So... Oh, okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Edit. Eastern Salvation Harbor crossing of... Hold on. Stop. Delete. Place. Eastern Salvation Harbor. Okay. Crossing of Fitz O'Callahan Street and Old Church Road. Old Church Road. Old Church Road. Old Church Road. Wait. Yeah, Fitz O'Callahan Street. Oh, this is Old Church Road. Oh, right here. Okay. The crossing of it, right? Read it? Read what? Oh shit. Delete that. Eastern Coverside corner. Eastern Coverside. Corner of St. Elmo Lane and Kingsport Street. Right here. Western Advent. It's right. Alright, dude. Alright, dude. Sometimes I don't see shit that's right in front of me. Okay? Relax. Purity Road and Oak Street. Right there. Southern Old Grove. Which is this one. Between Seaside Street and Hillside Street. Right there. Central Shells. The Shells. East Brown Street. East Brown Street. And to the east of the corner with St. Michael Road. To the east of the corner with St. Michael's Road. Assuming somewhere around there. Okay. Eastern Reed Heights. Helog